This week on a podcast from Beneath, it's Midsommar.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder. The unburied dead are coming back to life, seeking human victims.
Billy, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Mr. Poe, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm ready for another awesome episode.
Yes, with a cat. Billy has a cat.
It's Attack of the Cats this time around.
Yeah.
Yeah, this little asshole that had my headphones.
It's Cat Week on Discovery Channel.
Cat Week. On a podcast from Beneath, we celebrate cats.
Yes. Oh, now I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, so we're all three of us are on here, finally.
Yay!
Stuff's starting to come together.
Yeah.
Billy, you're missing out on some really good interviews. We had a fun episode last week. Or not last week, this week, but we were recording it last week. It just came out today, actually.
Oh yeah, when did you do that interview? I remember you told me. What was it, Friday?
Oh yeah, we recorded it Friday night.
Yeah, Friday night. And
yeah.
Man, they were awesome. Dave Kerr, Amber Fulcher, and Mike McGlynn. They were awesome guests, and we love to have them on any time.
Yes, and we have another guest coming up this Friday, Mr.
Yes,
Poe. Who are we talking
do. Whitney Causey Benson. She's going to be talking with us about Red Summer Massacre. I'm looking forward to that.
All right, so it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So, Billy, what have you been up to on your hiatus from the show? Besides food poisoning.
I was injured. I was injured that one day, or that one
shrimp.
week. I cracked my rib, fell in the shower. So that was nice.
You need that bath fitter thing.
Well, see, we were housing it.
With the safety handle.
No, it's because they didn't have a shower mat.
And you were fucking in the shower. You were trying to fuck in the shower, weren't you?
Trying to fuck in the shower. And I fell and cracked my rib, and then I had I've eaten shrimp so many times, but I had it was like some store-bought shrimp, and I had a allergic reaction to it.
Holy shit!
Nice.
Got like a rash or something, and then But it's weird. Like I've eaten shrimp so many times. Maybe it was something that was in it, or maybe like I can't remember I don't know what brand it was, but yeah.
You didn't buy that shrimp from like Save-A-Lot, did you?
I don't know where they bought it from. Somebody just found it in a dumpster. Oh, it's still cold.
Dumpster diving.
Still cold.
Yeah.
They just threw it out from the store. Oh, it's still cold. Let's take it.
It always smells like this. It's good.
But I had shrimp. I had a bite of shrimp today. The girlfriend's sister, she wasn't going to eat her second. It was like never-ending pasta. So I was like, let me try that shrimp. And, nothing happened.
And you're fine. Yay.
Yeah. And as soon as I say it, I start to get a rash.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on you.
Appearing.
Now that we have video, we can see you. And if you start to swell up, we'll say, you might want to get off here.
Yeah.
No, the show must go on.
That's right.
The trooper, he died during the show.
Just make sure you take your phone charger to the hospital with you.
Yeah. But yeah, I was hurt, and then had that allergic reaction, and then how many shows did I miss? Like 2?
You've been gone for 2 years, man. Nah, yeah, I think you
2 years.
Let's see. You weren't on the last one. You weren't on Pigster, right?
No, I wasn't on Pigster. I wasn't on Let Sleeping Corpses Lie.
Which we're going to talk about that here in a second.
Yeah, we will.
And then the last one you were on.
The last show that we did. What was the last show we did together?
The Shallow Grave.
It was just me. What was it?
It was just you and me because Poe couldn't make it.
What was it?
But I don't remember what movie it was now. But I'm going to find out.
Yeah, it's going to drive you nuts if you don't.
Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Well, that was during the holidays. That was a freaking crazy time.
Yeah, man. But yeah, so let Sleeping Corpses Lie. Let's touch on that for a second because that was your
Yes.
pick,
Yes.
and then you purposely got food poisoning, so you didn't have to talk about this one.
I did it on purpose. I was like, I have to get food poisoning, so they got to suffer through it.
You know what though? After we posted that, there were some people that reacted to it, and I guess there's people that really like this movie.
Yeah, somebody like liked the Facebook post, like, "Oh, this is my favorite movie." And I'm sitting there thinking, "Don't listen to this episode."
Don't you listen? You're gonna hate us.
There's stuff that I like about the movie, and then there's stuff that I don't. Like, what infuriated me was the fucking like main detective dude. It's like, dude, are you not listening? Like, are you the fucking most clueless piece of shit in this movie? Like, goddamn.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. It was a pretty bad movie.
I think the things that we had a problem with it was just it took forever.
There's nothing going on for the longest time.
Oh my god!
Yeah, a lot of driving.
And then what was? I mean, not that we complained and we touched on it a little bit, but the naked woman running across the street, then the peace sign. I was like, what am I in store for on this one? And that was it.
Yeah.
I know in some scenes it had some creepy atmosphere, and the gore effects were pretty good.
Practical effects.
That was the only good redeemable thing about the movie. Was the effects at the end.
And the only reason why I found this movie is because one of my favorite bands, Electric Wizard, they have an audio clip right before their song plays, and it's about that when that detective's like talking to the teacher. He's like, a lot of you with your sex, drugs, and rock and roll or something.
Yeah.
He's like, you hate the police, don't you? He's like, yeah, you make it easy. And then the song plays. That's how I found this movie.
All right. So let's go ahead and start with our corpses from beneath. Mr. Poe, you want to go first? You're doing something different this week, right?
Yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of because we've had a lot of people on YouTube follow us, and I just want to shout out their little channels so, people have something to watch.
There you go.
So the first one I thought was really cool. His name is Rick Fletcher, and he has a ton of VHS tapes, and he just goes through, out of print stuff. It's pretty cool, especially if you're into VHSs and stuff. Give his channel a go. I watched a couple of the videos. I really enjoy it. So you can find him, Rick Fletcher, the VHS God, and you can find that on YouTube, and we'll share his link and everything.
All right.
And the other one I wanted to shout out is their fellow B-Movie TV folks. And it's the Poser Championship Wrestling. They have their video show on B-Movie TV Saturday nights, and they also have a YouTube channel, and they have all their matches and everything, which I dig them. And I just wanted to give them a good shout out. So
cool.
And that's it.
Okay, I'm gonna jump over to the slasher app.
Okay,
that's gonna be my thing, I guess. My first shout out's going to be to @WitchMom. She says, I love horror movies, books, art, and skeletons in the living room. With a big note to The Exorcist and clowns. So that's @WitchMom. And then our next follower here is We Are Horrified, a horror movie podcast. And you can find them at We Are Horrified Podcast. This says, We Are Horrified is a horror movie podcast featuring a married couple, Cam and Emily. He knows a lot about horror movies. She has a lot of opinions. That actually sounds pretty interesting.
It does.
But you can find them at wearehorrifiedpodcast.com. See, they're the smart podcast that actually bought a URL. Instead of having a horrible Wix, URL, like some cheap podcast.
Well, having that is expensive, and with us just starting out, we'll see. I mean, if the website gets a lot of traffic, then we'll look into getting a.
And
you know what I mean?
Right now, currently, it is not getting a lot of traffic. So,
So we didn't waste money
will
then.
not be buying a URL at this point. Billy, you want to shout
Actually,
it out?
that slasher app, man. I don't know what if y'all get a lot, but I get a lot of requests. Like the other day, I got 45 requests, like 20 at a time. One time, I was like, who in the fuck is blowing me up?
It's because you're popular.
That's right.
I really like it because he's right. I mean, you get a lot of requests, to follow, and a lot of good people on there, man. I've had conversations with certain folks on there, and they just kind of shout something out, and we'll, text about it and then go on.
Right.
So it's a good community to be a part of, and I think it will grow bigger than what it is right now. I'm hoping it'll grow big.
Is that what she said?
Yeah.
My girlfriend, I told her about the slasher app. She's like, "Oh, you mean Vampire Freaks?" I was like, "Fuck you."
Vampire Freaks.
Probably it's not that.
There's normal people on there, man.
Yeah. You got anybody you want to shout out, Billy? The doctor that saved your life from the killer shrimp.
Saved my life. Shout out to the shrimp that tried to kill me. Better luck next time. Very good. And the shower that cracked my rib. You failed. I'm still here.
All right.
It still hurts when I sneeze, but I'm still here.
Tales from Tubi TV.
This week, from 2009, I watched a movie called Tomboys. It's about 5 girls who kidnap a serial rapist to seek revenge. Directed by Nathan Hill, written by Nathan Hill. Stars Candace Day, Naomi Davis, Sash Milan. This was a pretty good movie. This was definitely a low budget film. You could really kind of tell by the let's say by the acting and also the cinematography. The camera that they had, I don't know if they purposely made it
shaky?
look not shaky, but just really bad quality. Almost like Mr. Poe's camera there compared to our cameras. But I don't know, I guess it kind of gave it maybe like a grindhouse feel, having like a low quality. But it was pretty good. I really liked it. And like I said, it's free. It's on Tubi, on the Rokus. Yeah, I'd definitely give that one a shot there. It was pretty good. It's called Tomboys.
Tomboys. I'll have to check that out.
And now it's time for the Weekly World News.
All right. So the top story on Weekly World News is the two-headed woman gives birth to three-legged boy. Doctors and nurses name him Little Trike.
Little Trike. Tripod would have been a better name,
right? Why Trike?
When you say Trike, I think of like a wheels.
Oh, I'm looking at a picture. The two-headed mom looks pretty hot.
Anyway,
all right. Next on the Weekly World News, walking sharks spotted in Cape Cod. And the legs look like a dancer's legs.
That's going to be the next sci-fi movie, right?
Yeah, dancing shark.
that reminds me of, did you say dancing sharks? Or
no,
walking?
I said walking. I'm sorry. They look like dancer legs on that stupid thing.
That reminds me of that, was that Robot Chicken skit where they're like, something about Jaws, and they're like, oh, we should hunt him, and then Jaws is like sitting in there with him. He's like, I think we should let him go.
Oh, and the next two. Oh god. Okay, here we go. The next two. Vampire hunter killed by zombie.
Didn't know how to do that.
No,
Killing vampires.
I only have my stuff to kill vampires. What the fuck? And last but not least, A woman blow dries her head off.
Sweet.
Oh.
So that is what we have on our weekly world news segment.
All right,
Do y'all have any
always fun.
horror news this week?
I do have something I thought maybe you would be interested in. I was going to bring it up the last 3 episodes, but you weren't on here. Did you see that their Resident Evil 3 is getting a remake? Kind of like they did with 2, Nemesis.
I played 2. I got to literally the last boss, and it's like, stuff's about the place you're at, it's about to explode. Your time, you're like got like 10 minutes or something, and you got to last like 5 or 6 minutes or something with the boss.
Mm-hmm.
And then you actually get like a bazooka or something, and I end up always get killed within like 3 minutes. So I'm literally at the last goddamn part.
So what do you think about part 3 getting a remake?
Oh man, I'm excited. I got to play part 3 back in the day years ago. I don't know. I don't think I beat it. I only got to rent it. I got pretty far, and I had to return it. So I'm looking forward to this one. But they said that the Nemesis is a lot harder than the big guy in Resident Evil 2, which kind of gets me worried because that guy's fucking hard already. So and he's got a flamethrower. So we'll see.
He definitely looked better in the.
Yeah, definitely. And like Jill Valentine's not wearing a goddamn skirt like she was in the second one. Like, why are you gonna fight zombies wearing a skirt? But this one she's like wearing jeans. Yeah, she's wearing jeans now.
There you go.
I know part 3 was a lot harder than part 2 because when part 2 first came out, I know I think a cousin of mine, he had got it, and we played the living hell out of it, man. And then part 3 came out, and at that time I happened to have a PlayStation, and I got mad a lot because it was fucking hard. So, I'm looking forward to it. I might check that one out. I did like it, but part 2 and part 1 are probably my favorite ones.
Yeah, I don't know if I played part 3. I remember part 2. I remember like getting that when I first got it, like on the PlayStation 1.
Yeah, I rented it on the PlayStation. Then they actually made Resident Evil 2 for the 64, so I actually got to buy it, and I finally got to actually play all of it and beat it with the 64, which makes me wonder why didn't they do that with 3 back in the day? They did it with 2.
I just remember on part 2, I made it as far, like I got really far, and then I was in like I believe like the basement or the sewer, and I got killed by a giant fucking alligator and got so mad that
that part caught me a while, and then
I'm playing a zombie game and I'm getting killed by a giant crocodile.
Yeah.
See, that got me for a while. My sister played it. She's like, "You gotta shoot that tank beside the alligator, dumbass." And I was like, "Oh,
oh, sorry." I was just shooting
you
at
shoot it, then he grabs it, and then you shoot it, and then it blows his head off.
Yeah, that's as far as I made it in Resident Evil 2.
Now, I did have something I was going to bring up because it just got announced this week. And it's not horror related, but you know what? We like comic books too.
There you go.
The Batman started production.
Yeah. I'm excited. So, they released who's all, probably not everybody, but a good bit of who's going to be in it so far.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, I think. I mean, with the choice of Batman, Bruce Wayne, and then the villains in it. So it's gonna. I'm curious more than anything, and I hope they don't fuck it up.
Well, I heard the director wants to explore what Batman's the best at, and that's a detective. So he says his movie's going to be like, of course, I'm sure it's going to have action in it, but his is going to play more like a thriller. And apparently he was influenced by The Long Halloween.
Oh. Well.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we definitely will see.
Yeah, I know I've seen where they were talking about the new Batmobile is going to be like a muscle car type vehicle. And I was trying to find pictures of it, and I couldn't find anything good. So
I liked the Christopher Nolan Batmobile. I thought that was pretty
that was good. The Tumbler. Yeah, it was pretty good.
You know what? Give me the Batmobile from Batman, Michael Keaton's Batman. I love that Batmobile.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I loved it. It was great. And then they changed it up. And of course, we got the Joel Schumacher years with the freaking light up freaking rolling disco, I called it. And then
Which
the Christopher
people started
Nolan
doing that later.
I did.
Like when
Yeah,
LEDs
Fast
became
and
popular,
Furious,
everybody's putting
yeah.
Everybody wanted to be, Joel Schumacher Batman.
But I will say Christopher Nolan's version of it was badass because it was more a military grade type vehicle, and
Yeah, it was
of
more. It was more
course,
practical. It was like that's a real vehicle.
plus it's so badass when the Batmobile crashed and then he just got in. It turned into a motorcycle, just shot out of it. It was badass. I was like, holy
The
shit!
Bat Pod. That was awesome.
That was badass.
The comic book, The Dark Knight Returns, that Batmobile was pretty much a goddamn tank.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's gonna do it like that. I wonder if he's gonna take inspirations from that Batmobile. I don't know.
You know, my least favorite Batman vehicle has got to be the Batwing. I fucking hate the Bat. I don't know why. I just don't. I'm like, why is he flying that when he can just like do his gadgets and stuff? I never got.
That's not as bad as the Bat boat.
No, the boat's fine. Because, Batman's not known for, water. He's up in the air. He's got his damn grappling hooks. I just never understood having the Batwing.
I'm always partial to the Bat Vespa. That was always my
The
favorite.
Bat Vespa.
Bat Vespa.
My favorite Batman.
You know, I wonder if
Go ahead.
Oh, good. No, you go ahead.
No, I was going to say my favorite Batman gadget or weapon had to be the shark repellent from the 1960 movie.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the
Classic.
1960s of a show, I've recently watched the new DC CW crossover, Crisis on Infinite Earths,
Oh, really?
I'm sorry.
Cool.
and they included every single show and movie into this. So they had Tim Burton's Batman in it. They had the original.
So they had Michael Keaton in it?
Not Michael Keaton, but they had Robert Wool had a scene because he played he played the reporter. I can't remember the character's name.
Oh, yeah,
Hey,
because
Harvey Bullock, didn't he?
Yeah, but he was in it. And then the guy that played Robin, Burt Ward, he was in it. And of course, and they had each like the Burt Ward Earth was Earth 66. Because that's what year that it came out in. The Tim Burton was Earth 89. And then they even had there was a show called Birds of Prey that came on back in the 90s, early 2000s that got canceled. They even had it on there. They brought back an actress that played the Huntress, and she was in this.
golly.
It was really cool. Yeah, they brought all every, and then spoiler, the Flash from the new movie showed up.
I did see the little promo for that.
Yeah. So they connected every, and then of course they destroyed them all. All those Earths got destroyed. So there's only one, or one DC Earth now, and all the heroes are there. But I just thought it was cool that they connected all those together like that.
No, that's pretty neat.
They even showed the old Flash TV show. They showed a scene from it. It was pretty nice. But I got some other Tubi news. Robert Rodriguez, he has a new thriller coming out called Red 11 that is premiering on Tubi.
Awesome.
I thought that
Red
was
11?
cool. Yeah, it's called Red 11.
Do you know what it's going to be about, or is it just saying Red 11?
Well, he has that thriller called Red 11 and a film school documentary that are both going to be on Tubi. But Red 11 is... I'm not for sure. But apparently it's based on his experiences in the medical research facility.
Oh.
So it may have something to do with that. I'm not for sure. I haven't seen a lot on it. I just had that. I guess where it's premiering on Tubi. I guess everybody thought that was a big deal or whatever. So
I have some horror news.
Oh, hit us up.
All right. Don't Breathe 2 is being made.
Yes, I remember you telling me about that.
Fede Alvarez, I'm pretty sure he's not directing it. I think he wrote the script and he's going to produce it, but he's not directing it. And it's supposed to take some years after the first film. And it deals with Stephen Lang's character, the blind man who's trying to live a peaceful life. And his past comes back to haunt him or something like that. So Sam Raimi was quoted saying this is the best sequel idea ever. So we'll see.
Except for Empire. He's leaving Empire out.
Empire.
Empire Strikes Back was the best sequel.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
But
it's also between that and T2.
yeah, Empire's my favorite. T2. Oh man, it's kind of hard from the first movie. I think, like I said, is more like a horror movie, horror thriller. Second, straight up sci-fi action.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Has anybody seen
we'll
the
see.
new one yet?
Nope.
Oh no, I want
Me
to
neither.
though.
Yeah, I want to see it also. I didn't realize it was even out yet.
Movies come
But,
out too fast, man.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what
they
happens when they. That's what happens when they bomb in a theater because people are worried about an all-female cast. So
I mean, Linda Hamilton's what fucking made the goddamn movies in the first place.
I mean, I like looking at women. I don't mind if it's an
Yeah.
all-woman cast.
Right?
I like Mackenzie Davis. I'm a huge fan of Mackenzie Davis.
Yeah, she was in Blade Runner 2049. She was in that Halt and Catch Fire show.
Yep, her best performance. I think her best performance was in that movie called Freaks of Nature, where she plays a vampire. That's really good. If you've never seen it.
No, I had never seen that.
That's
Yeah,
that
check that one
comedy,
out.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's a comedy, but it's really good. It's good and funny. Plus, she's in it, looking hot.
28 months later is supposedly being made, and Danny Boyle might come back to direct it. Which, remember years ago after he did the first one, he said, I don't want to do a sequel to that. But then he did a sequel to Trainspotting, which was
Yeah.
called T2.
Well, some directors are artsy, and then at some point they're like, "Okay, I really need money."
Yeah.
I mean, the sequel to 28 Days Later was good.
I liked
I
it.
thought.
Yeah, 28 Weeks Later was.
Oh
good.
yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. I did hear about that. That's gonna be. I'm looking forward to that one.
And of course, Evil Dead to get another sequel. Freddy Alvarez is not coming back. Apparently, they've talked to a lot of directors. They want like an up and coming director to direct it. Last time I heard of it was like a month ago. They talked to somebody, and I think they might have found out who's going to direct it, but they haven't released anything yet. So I don't know if it's going to be
I'll
a
say it now.
sequel to the
It's me.
remake
It's me.
or another reboot.
It's me.
I'm going to make the announcement now.
It's me.
Get ready for the hate. That's all I gotta say.
I'm going to make Ash Williams black.
There you go.
You know who I'd like to see? Not IC, but let's get that guy from the show Atlanta, Lakeith. Oh God, I can't think of his last name. He was also in Get Out. He was the dude in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to see him. He's a good actor.
Be interesting.
Have Jordan Peele direct it.
There you go. Of course, he really hasn't done much since. You haven't really heard much from him since Us and
Produced a
Twilight
lot
Zone.
more.
Well, Twilight Zone season 2 is coming out, so
He's producing that movie with Al Pacino about Nazi hunters called. I think it's called Hunters.
I wanted to see that.
Yeah, me too. And he's producing Candyman.
Yeah. I knew. I remember that one, but man, we haven't heard a lot about it lately either.
Yeah, he hasn't directed. He's probably like taken a while to like write a script and stuff like that. I mean, Us was good, but it was nowhere good as Get Out, in my opinion.
I haven't seen it yet. So
What, Us?
yeah.
Us good. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not a bad movie, whatever, but I think Get Out's the better movie.
All right. Let's move on to another movie and talk about it. From 2019. Look, we're current.
Oh wow.
Midsommar. A couple travels to Sweden to visit a rural hometown's fabled Midsummer Festival. What begins as an idyllic retreat quickly devolves into an increasingly violent and bizarre competition at the hands of a pagan cult. Directed and written by Ari Aster, stars Florence Pugh, Jack Raynor, Velb Blormageren,
Are you okay? No.
Yes.
Go ahead. I thought you were having a heart attack or something.
Carrie's having a stroke.
Yeah. Billy, what'd you think about Midsommar?
It was it was out there, but Hereditary's out there. But this was really good. I thought it was beautifully shot. But if I was those people, like I would have took one look and be like, yeah, I'm out of here. Like this is not for me. A lot of stuff. They drink a lot of stuff in this movie. Like here's some random stuff. Go ahead and drink it. No, I didn't expect the fucking jumping off the cliff. Well, I kind of did. I was like, no, they're not gonna jump off the cliff. And the first woman, her face just got obliterated. And then the guy's like, I'm gonna go feet first.
Maybe I'll live.
Yeah, maybe I'll live.
We talked about that.
And then they smashed his face with like a fucking hammer, this huge hammer, or whatever the fuck it was.
Look like a Stormbreaker from Avengers
Yeah.
Endgame. Mr.
Like
Poe,
as
what do you
soon
think
as
of
that
Midsommar?
happened, I'd have been like, I'm getting the fuck. I wouldn't have told nobody. I would have just walked the fuck out. I'll take my chances out in the wilderness.
Right? Man, I love this movie. When I went ahead and rented it when it was, freshly put out. Yeah, like Billy said, beautifully shot. Stories jacked up. I mean, it's not bad jacked up. It's just like, it's crazy. There's nothing but craziness. And what I love about, these movies, especially with Hereditary, even if you go back and watch it again, you're still going to miss something. And I love when people do that shit, man. They put little things in there. Like, I saw a social media post, and they said, if you look at the quilt that they show in the beginning of the movie, it shows what's going to happen.
Yeah, it basically has the rest of
Well,
the...
like, didn't the quill like
What's that?
show a girl like cutting off her clit or something? Or
It's
it was weird. I was like, is that what's going to happen?
no, it was her doing the special drink. That we'll get to in a little while, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a weird blanket, and they keep seeing it through the movie, and it's just, I don't know, man. It just gets me every time when I guess it makes me feel more involved with a movie when I'm looking for something. You know what I mean? Like,
I think Billy was confusing this movie with the Antichrist
oh God,
movie.
there's no confusing that movie. That movie is way the fuck out there.
But
I could have sworn I thought that was going to happen. Like it was when they went into that one room. It was like the beginning when they first got there. They showed them that. I thought that's what it was. It showed them like this is a love story or something, and it showed. I could have swore it was like a girl's vagina, and it showed them like her cutting something off. I was like,
Oh,
my
it was
God.
the cutting of the pubic region.
Oh.
Yes.
yeah, see, I've only watched it once. I'm going to go back and rewatch it just to...
Yeah, it's like the very beginning when they
You're
first get there. Like this is a love story, and I was like, oh shit, that's
Mm.
see, that's what I thought was going to happen because you remember in the trailers that girl's like screaming, crying. I was like, oh my God, is this what's going to happen to that girl?
I'll tell you, Carrie, you go back and watch it again, and you're still gonna. That's what's so cool about it. You're still gonna miss something. You're like, what the fuck? Like you could. It's just go ahead.
Well, because the first time I watch a movie, I like to watch it. I'm not looking for...
No, I'm the same way.
Stuff. So, like, when I watched it, I was like, I really liked it. I mean, in the same, I'm going to go with the obvious. The movie looked great. The sound was really good. The music was good. And I hate to compare it to Hereditary, but that's what everybody's doing. I don't think it was as good as Hereditary was, but it was still pretty good. I liked Hereditary.
It gave me kind of like a Wicker Man type vibe.
Wicker Man, Wicker Man and Wicker Tree, both of those movies. More Wicker Tree, it reminded me of because the stories were almost they were a little bit closer than it was with the Wicker Man.
And that person in the movie had the real the Rocky Dennis syndrome face.
I don't know why that was like prominent in the poster and in the trailers.
Yeah.
And they
he
only showed him like 3 times. That was it.
Yeah, and like nothing. I was just like, okay, that's
You hear like a little bit of backstory, like what's wrong with that? All inbreeding.
inbreeding. Yeah, but I mean, I thought it was going
Like,
to be
wait,
more. I thought they were going to do more with that
I thought
character.
that was like one of the main characters. Like, fucking, they ate a piece of shrimp in their
Right.
face. Like,
Don't mind him. He got into the shrimp bowl a little early.
yeah. He went dumpster dive and found some shrimp, and it was cold, but it wasn't that good.
I am going to say something though. I'm going to say that 99% of the people that say they love this movie are lying, and they're only saying that because it's like popular to like it. Because I think this movie was way too weird for mainstream audiences, and not everybody enjoyed this film.
Yeah,
Probably not.
definitely. It is an acquired taste, I guess you could say. But you know me, I'm not a smart man. Okay, I like all the blood and action and everything, but I don't know. I just like I told you, if something makes me feel like I'm being involved in the movie, I really dig it, and in my opinion, it's a good movie.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it. I thought it was great.
It
The one thing that bugged me about it, the main girl, her boyfriend and his friends, I hated every one of those characters. To me, they didn't feel real like she did, and like the people that played like the cult members felt. They just felt like someone who doesn't know young males trying to write those characters.
I
And
agree with
they
that.
just came off as annoying. They came off as like
the
they should have been in like a National Lampoon's Van Wilder film, and they didn't match
the
this movie at
friend,
all.
the
All of
redheaded
them,
friend, was
all
his
of
name
them,
Charlie, or
something like that.
he was the one that was originally supposed to play Pennywise.
Really,
Yeah,
I'm glad
he's the one that peed on the
Yeah, right.
sacred tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was supposed
but
to pay Penny. I think the reason why he didn't do it because of Midsommar. I think, or no, wait, no, that when was it one made? 2017.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. I
But
think he did something else. Never
yeah,
mind.
those characters like almost like ruined the film for me. I was just like, eh. But then
Even
when
the
they
guy
died,
that brought him there.
but when no, he wasn't as bad, but he still, I didn't really, I don't know. I just, when they died, I was like, yay.
Yeah, that the main character, she's starring in some movies. She's a good actress. She was in that
Yeah, she was really good.
she's in that movie about that wrestling girl Paige. She was in that movie. She played the main character, and then she's in the Black Widow movie. She plays what's her name sister. So yeah, she's making these big movies now.
Up and
She's a good
coming. Up
actress.
and coming. So another thing too is like, I don't know, do any of you guys have an opinion on what Hereditary was actually about?
Grief.
Grief. Okay. So
Yeah.
then was this movie about depression or mental illness, do you think?
Some kind of mental illness. But what confused me is like, she was cool with everything at the end. Like, it's like, what happened to her? I don't really understand. Like, she was wanting to leave, kinda, and then, when she was like, would they give her something or something, and she started like screaming in pain, and then they wrapped her up in a bunch of flowers, and then she just acted like she was part of the fucking clan.
Yeah, because her character definitely she turned quickly. Now, I
Yeah.
understand like her sister killed her parents and then, killed herself in like the coolest way possible that I've ever seen in a movie. Yeah, she definitely like whenever you're talking about when the people jumped off the cliff and they just showed her face to where she almost looked shocked, but then just, you could tell she just immediately turned to like accepting, like, okay, I'm cool with all this. I don't know what that meant. Like, I don't know if it was
And she saw her mom towards the end. You remember that when they were like, "Hey, you won. You're the princess or whatever."
Yeah,
And like that woman walked past. She was like, "Mom."
right. So I don't know if this was I hate to say that this movie was just about mental illness.
No, I
And
want to touch on that because you asked what we thought that these movies were like Hereditary. I believe it's part grief, but then it's like trying to pick up the pieces and move on. And I think that's what this movie kind of touches on a little bit. And like you said, depression and everything, those are real, things that we deal with. But I think that they're looking for something, but it puts them in the wrong place on both ends. With Hereditary, it took them down this rabbit hole, and same thing here. It takes them down this rabbit hole. This chick has lost everybody, and she's just looking for something. And these people do their little magic, and people turn against other people, and of course some of these dudes start disappearing, and they just it's about family. She's looking for her family, I think, in this movie.
And she found one at the end.
Yeah, she did. They're not perfect, but
Right. Well, what part made me laugh is when her boyfriend was like fucking that redhead, and that girl like was touching his face, singing.
to me,
I
that
was
scene,
like, he looked like, what the fuck?
yeah,
Like,
because
he didn't know what to do.
well, the way they filmed that though was like you felt his awkwardness because the whole time he's just like, and I guess he was drugged. I guess they gave him something to drink.
well,
that
they gave
kinda drugged
him the special puby period drink. Yeah.
Yeah, so he was like zoning out. But the way they filmed it, you felt awkward like he did because he's just like looking around like, what is going on? I don't know why's this old lady pushing on my ass,
Yeah.
and that's how you felt also just watching it. 'Cause it was the most awkward sex scene.
I wish like they had like what he was thinking throughout the whole time when they like paralyzed him, like what was going on in his mind.
I don't know. I think that would have.
Like, what the fuck? What is this?
I think that would have been too much. I think that just doing it the way they done it was.
We should edit
Really
it. We
good.
should edit parts of that movie and have like just his thoughts in his head since he can't move or talk.
Yeah.
I wonder what
Be a
the
little
new
special
Batmobile is
segment.
going to look like.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's fire. Oh my god, I'm on fire. I love how like they gave those people here's for the pain, and that one guy it didn't help that one guy. He was like started screaming.
I just
Yeah.
wonder if it really did. If it was just a lie. Maybe it didn't really.
It's probably a
help.
lie.
Yeah, they probably just told him that. But I guess
But,
maybe. Well, yeah, I guess it didn't have to be pain though. Just the realization that he was, burning alive.
Yeah. That could have been it.
I always thought like what would be worse, drowning or being caught on fire.
I'm gonna pick fire.
Yeah, I'd say fire it'd be
'Cause,
slower.
well,
It'd be a slower death than drowning.
But wouldn't like
Right.
after a while your nerves are just so gone you wouldn't feel anything?
yeah, but your
Yeah.
freaking skin is melting, and
Yeah.
man, no.
The only thing
way.
that would save you is to like inhale the heat. That way it melts your lungs. That way you just die quicker.
I don't know, I always thought if I ever like had my whole body caught on fire, like I would just be like, just kill me.
I don't know. That was a pretty brutal way to go. Although,
Yeah.
I would rather catch on fire than jump off a cliff feet first and have some guy with a mallet smash my head in.
Smash your head in. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
It's lucky his like spine didn't go through his back or like
technically. I don't think he would have survived that, but it was definitely.
Yeah, they were like 80 years old, almost 90, and me and you talked about this. Like, why the hell would you jump feet first?
his skeleton
old
comes
lady,
out from the
like,
top
did
of his head.
Old lady did a triple axel, hit head first. She got 10s all the way, and then here comes a 7.
I just wonder at what point did he go? I just fucked up.
I think it's when he first
He
hit.
had a second, he was like, fuck, and then he crashed.
That scene, it's not supposed to be funny, but it kind of is. You're like, I was like, oh my God, that woman's head just busted. Oh man. And then the old man, I'm like, oh, here we go. Another head smash. Nope.
Yeah, see, I
Funny,
waited.
when he did that, his whole skeleton like popped out.
Yeah. See, I waited so long to watch this because I'm a cheap ass. I waited for it to come on Prime. That scene got ruined for me because someone had posted it as like a GIF, an animated. And when I didn't know it was from that movie, but then whenever that scene started, I was like, "Fuck, I know what's going to happen." Yeah. It was still a good scene. I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was crazy, and of course, the cult mentality. When something happens, everybody feels it, and of course, you hear all these people screaming in agony because the guy is laying there with his legs fucked up, and then here comes the mallet.
Right.
It'd be fun if he was like, "Be honest with me. How's it look?"
Yeah.
So do I
Will I
still
ever
die
walk
or break it to me gently?
Will
What
I
did I
ever walk
win?
again?
What did
Did
I
I
win?
ever get that soccer scholarship? Sir, you're 89 years old and your legs are nothing. Your legs are mush now.
Your ass
So you're
is up
saying
on
I
your
still
neck.
have a chance?
Yeah,
Oh,
going
man.
back to what this movie's about, the
We kind of got off track a little.
well, that's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine. We're not going to have any kind of order to our like movie reviews anymore. It's just going to be a whatever.
We're a wild
Yeah.
card when it comes to
Yeah.
podcasting.
But the using the like the cult, were they also saying something about the dangers of organized religion? Maybe.
With that one,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I'm sure there's cults or just like very like religious nuts out there around the world that like does shit like this that we just don't even hear about.
I just think that was a weird because, like, I know that everybody is assuming that that this movie was about depression or whatever. I just don't know where the cult thing fit in at, other than it was the like that's the wrong way to go about fixing your depression. I guess I don't know.
Well, they went under the assumption that they were just going to visit this guy's homeland. She's getting away from all of her pain and misery. Of course, she's a tag along, but the Swedish guy was like, "No, she can come. I want her to show up." And all these dudes thought it was just going to be a sex-fueled drug romp like anything
Right.
else, that they probably did. But yeah, it ended up being they got led into this by their quote-unquote friend, and it turned into what we saw.
Yeah, there was a couple of scenes at the beginning before they leave to go there that where one character was always shown as like a reflection in a mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed it like maybe twice in the beginning, but then I never saw that again like later on. I was just thinking, I was like, man, maybe I'm like trying to read too much into it because I know going into it that it's
I just caught the one where she goes in that bathroom when they get there, and she's in that dark bathroom, or whatever, and she sees like a face, and then turns around and then runs out. That's the only time I ever saw it. I remember seeing it.
I noticed two things like at the beginning, like I said before, like when they were in, I guess, his apartment or whatever, and like whenever she's there, which is that one guy, the guy that's from Sweden or whatever. And I noticed it somewhere else, but I just wonder if I was going into this movie trying to get too much out of it instead of maybe just enjoying it.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like sometimes I've done that with movies, and like it's kind of ruined the experience for me. I guess you just gotta just watch it first, not trying to like look into stuff, and then watch it second time. Like, okay, is there anything that maybe I've overlooked, or is there a hidden meaning and stuff like that?
I do regret not seeing this one on the big screen, though. I bet you this movie was beautiful on the big screen.
Oh, I'm sure it was. Artie, what's his name? Artie Aster, is that his name?
Yeah. Is it not Artie? It's Ari Aster.
Ari. He must really love cults because Hereditary was kind of like a
well, like a witch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder what his next movie is going to be.
I don't know.
Wasn't he already filming it? Didn't he already announce it or something? Or maybe I was thinking Midsommar. There was something
I remember
I read
seeing
about.
something.
It was a while ago, though. I can't remember if it was about Midsommar or movie he's doing next.
I don't know,
remember.
because I think that you're right. These two movies of his are kind of cult based, but I think everybody's kind of obsessed with not obsessed, but cults interest them because they change
Yeah.
their beliefs and they got their certain systems and everything, and it's just us walking around like, how could you give up total control to some nut job that says this is the way it's supposed to be? And of course, with these two movies, these things have been established for centuries.
Yeah.
Especially the Swedish one. I bet you that's been going on since that little village was put together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't make the setting like Scientology or anything like that.
Tom Cruise comes up, hey, welcome to Midsommar, everybody.
They come in, he's like just dancing on a couch,
Yeah.
celebrating.
Take out the bear suit. You need to wear it.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that
Yeah,
bear suit. What did that mean to you, them putting that guy inside of a bear?
They consider that guy I guess a piece of shit beast. Like, you're the beast. Like,
Yeah, but they used him to...
done horrible things, so you're
Well,
gonna
no, but they
fucking
used him
die.
as like... I mean, he was the one they chose to procreate with that girl, so I figured they were maybe elevating him up higher than what... You know what I'm saying?
Well, because he was like the most manly man there out of the group.
You think that's what it was? Is that what that
Probably.
represented? He was the bear?
Probably. I mean, he was like the bigger out of all of them. You had like the real skinny redhead dude, you had the nerd black man, and you had like you had that other guy that like he found in the chicken coop.
Yeah.
Who was?
Oh, yeah, the
I don't
one-
know,
yeah.
Oh man, that scene was crazy. I just that scene just popped up in my head when you said that. I was like, oh god, that was horrible.
And like, I guess that I don't know. Maybe they thought he was like the most manly man out of the group. Like, yep, he's the guy that's going to pregnate that redhead. Then we're going to put him in a bear suit, and we're going to catch him on fire.
The first Build-A-Bear.
Yeah.
The first Build-A-Bear.
Building bears in Sweden are brutal, man.
Yeah.
No, man, that's a good question, dude. Because I think that I'd have to watch this again to see. I mean, there, like you said, you kind of went in and you're looking for things, but that's kind of what this movie is made for. You got to look for shit. It's like,
I almost feel like I should be like learning about whatever kind of cult that was. Like, I want to know more about, if
Look
that's
at
even
pagans. and
yeah,
you'll
yeah,
find
but
it.
yeah, that's what maybe I'm missing something there. Like, I should like take a class.
yeah,
to
right.
enjoy this movie,
It also makes you think. It's like
5 years of college. Now
people
I get it.
brainwashed so easily. Like the Georgetown. What was his name?
Oh,
The guy
yeah.
that made people drink Kool-Aid.
James.
Jonestown. The
Yeah.
Jonestown
Yeah.
massacre with
And and that one cult, or I guess it was called. Remember those people that I guess they drank. I don't know. I don't think this wasn't Georgetown. This was another one. It was like, there's pictures on the internet. They're all like on bunk beds.
that's
yeah.
Heaven's Gate.
The Heaven's Gate, yeah.
Yeah. And it just makes you wonder. And
They
it's
all
like,
hitched a ride on the Hellbob Comet in their
yeah,
90s.
and it's like, it makes you wonder, like, how does people like get brainwashed with this stuff?
Oh, it's the same with
Yeah.
even Manson, the Manson family.
Yeah, it's like, how do
Yeah,
you
he had
believe
them.
this? Like, are these people like the uneducated that get like that falls for stuff? Like,
No,
they're
they
so
must be
gullible. Or,
total. I think that. I'm sorry, Carrie, if I stepped on you. No,
That's
like
fine.
Heaven's Gate. These people were very smart people. They weren't stupid. And the Manson family, of course, we all know, Charles Manson, smooth talker, and he got, a bunch of these kids during the free love movement. And then, of course, Jonestown had a bunch. And what the fucked up thing is with these cults, I don't want to go too much into it, but with these cults, people were looking for something different. You had wars going on. They don't want that shit. They want to be away from, all that. And you get someone that can say, hey, I can take you away from all this. Manson had drugs, and then Jonestown had just a regular setup, and then drugs came into the play, and that's when shit went down south. And then Heaven's Gate, same thing. People that don't want to deal with the regular shit that we all have to deal with. You know, I think that's what this movie is kind of about. That she don't want to deal with the problem. You know.
Yeah, and I think I just whenever somebody said something there, it just kind of clicked that the friend that took them there, I believe he purposely, he may have, I don't want to say maybe he had something to do with her sister's death and her parents' death, but I think maybe he was, kind of, maybe getting her ready because he knew if she goes into this situation weak, then she's going to be easier to brainwash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, I don't think he really had anything to do with, her. I think it just everything fell into place that she was the one that he chose. To take over there.
I guess you could see some people getting brainwashed, but then when there's like, you drink this and Babu the alien will come down with his spaceship, and like at this point, you'd be like, no, Babu the alien is going to come down and take me to the promised land. At a certain
Sector
point,
6.
it's like, the Vector 6.
Right.
All the shrimp you can eat. It's like,
we just lost Billy.
Yeah.
He's like, I want that Colt.
Yeah, I want that. You had me at, is there going to be sushi?
Yeah.
I remember when I went to vacation Bible school, like they were like, we had classes and stuff, and I was like, I don't know, like 9 or 10. And I asked this guy, I was like, is stuff free in heaven? He's like, yes, everything's free. And I was like, man, I want to go there.
See, and then you became the May Queen.
Yeah, and then I became the queen.
Yeah, see, that's how easy it was to suck you in there.
But the only thing I was thinking, I was like, man, all the video games I could play.
That's right. What do you think they have in heaven?
It's crazy.
Did you think they had Nintendo or Sega?
Yeah, Sega.
What did heaven have? Sega or Nintendo?
No, heaven has Nintendo. Sega. Hell is Sega.
Heaven's got ColecoVision or ColecoVision, where that game is. Hell's got Dreamcast.
Oh yeah,
TurboGrafx 16.
Sorry, Sega, but you were the first ones to have blood on your system, so
that's right.
I'm sorry.
It's just crazy. Like, I don't know if y'all have seen it. It's called The Sacrament. It's another very high wested, really like kind of like the Jonestown. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good.
That's a real good one.
But
and that's like one of the very few camera, like handheld camera type movies, found footage, whatever you want to say it, that I enjoy because, like I said, it's very hit and miss with a lot of those, found footage movies. There's only a few, or maybe a handful, or not even a handful that I enjoy.
Right. Well, see, I really enjoyed this one, but this reminded me a lot of like The Wicker Man, the original, not the Nicolas Cage one, and the sequel, which I don't think everybody knows it's a sequel, The Wicker Tree. It reminded me of those movies, and that's what I liked. I mean, I liked it. I thought it was really good. I just think I need to watch it again to try to get more out of it. But maybe the trivia will help. We're going to read some trivia.
All right. Trivia time.
Yes. This film was originally given an NC-17 by the MPAA. According to Ari Aster, around 30 minutes was cut from the final film, mainly due to content. The director's cut, released shortly after its theatrical run, restores this footage. So I got to figure out if that's the one I watched or not.
I doubt it's the one we I guess if you look in the...
I watched it on Prime, so I may just end up buying it.
I doubt it.
Anyways.
Let's see. I'll go check it right now and see what rating it has on there.
Despite the Swedish setting, the film was mostly shot in Hungary.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
No, it's rated R.
Okay, so I'll have to get the unrated version then. Most of the Swedish dialogue spoken by the Hagra natives is not subtitled in order to create the sense of isolation for the audience and especially the foreign visitors. I didn't even pay attention to that there was no subtitles. I thought maybe I was just speaking there like I understood their language or something. Mark displays an extreme phobia of ticks, which is based on Ari Aster's real-life fear of bugs and illness.
Oh wow.
Like Mark, Astor wore 2 pairs of socks over his jeans to ensure he would not receive bug bites. Ari Aster's visual reference for his Scandinavian folk horror are Black Narcissus, 1947, Hard to Be a God, 2013, Macbeth, 1971, and Tess, 1979. I don't know if that statement made sense the way I read it, but
I guess it was the influences for this one.
yeah, for the I guess for the Scandinavian folk part of it.
Oh,
This film was greenlit on May 18, 2018, and premiered June 18th, 2019, marking an unusual short production period for a widely released theatrical film.
damn.
Production for the film was announced immediately after Hereditary was released. Despite sharing the same title and both being horror movies set in Sweden, the film is not related to the Danish cult classic Midsommar from 2003. Now I gotta find that one.
I wonder if it's like the same universe, like Hereditary and Midsommar.
I don't know. I'd seen where someone had not like anybody working on the film, just some random person on a Facebook group had called this a sequel. I was like, I don't think it's really a sequel, but
No,
I saw something. They said in Hereditary, they said there's a scene where you see the main female character and her boyfriend walking past the mother or something. Like they're like holding hands. Yeah, I saw something and they showed like the picture of it. I was like, oh shit, that kind of looks like them.
All right.
So it might be set in the same universe.
There you go. And then Iron Man shows up later.
Yeah.
Though the extended version was billed the director's cut for marketing and promotional purposes, Ari Aster himself prefers the theatrical cut as he feels it flows better.
I still want to watch the unrated version though.
Yeah, I do too.
I think the unrated version has more him fucking and them singing while he's banging her. It's like the 30 minutes that was cut is just all that.
Yeah.
But you actually see penetration this time.
You.
Just like what was it? Antichrist.
Yeah,
I heard that shit was real.
Dude, that movie is
like.
I watched that a long time ago. Man, that thing is wicked.
That dude, was it Lars Van Trier?
Yeah.
Dude, when he was making that movie with Kristen Dunst, he was like doing an interview or they were like promoting the movie, and he said some crazy shit. He was like, I understood what Hitler was going through. And everybody's like,
God,
got quiet.
Pump
and you
the
see
brakes.
like Kristen Dunst was like literally right beside him, and you can see immediate regret. Like, why did I do this movie now? Like he was like, I understand why Hitler did this or something. It's like, dude, what the fuck? That director's crazy anyway. Like, heard why he's making his movies. He'll like whip his fucking dick out and like swing it in the air while he's fucking like, yeah, that dude's crazy.
That's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Yeah, look it up. It's on YouTube. I think they were at the Cannes Film Festival.
I don't.
No. When he's saying like, I feel for Hitler.
I don't even know what we're talking about. I must have zoned out or something. I don't know where we're at right now.
We're off the tracks.
I know.
That's what we should name our podcast now. Off the Tracks.
Off the tracks, motherfuckers. No.
I think I remember this, but I'm not for sure if I really remember it, if I'm just making it up because I'm reading about it. But towards the end of the film, when Danny is lifted onto the pedestal to be carried to the dinner table, you can make out her sister's face in the trees with the exhaust tube in her mouth. Oh, that sounds familiar, but I don't know if I'm just making it like.
I don't think I saw that.
But I definitely want to go back and double check now. Because for some reason I remember seeing like her sister's face somewhere, but I don't know if it was in the trees or not. To me, it just seemed
remember
like
seeing her mom, and that was it.
Yeah. In Danny's apartment, there's a painting of a bear and a woman wearing a crown hanging over her bed. This is the painting Stacker's Base by Swedish painter John Baer, famous for his art based on Swedish folklore and mythological creatures. So I'm definitely going to have to look into a lot of the like history.
Like Swedish folklore and all that.
Yeah, and all that.
I
Pagan
think
rituals
it'll
and stuff like
probably open our eyes a little bit more if we go back and watch it, and then we understand the folklore a little bit more, because that's what the director did. So,
that. Right.
But yeah.
Oh, here's a little weird connection that I just don't know why I didn't think about it. But when Christian is being prepared to be sacrificed, the villagers put him in a bear suit, similar to the one worn by Nicolas Cage in The Wicker Man. Oddly enough,
wow.
Cage's movie is a remake of The Wicker Man that is considered the basis for many movies about pagan cults with human sacrifices, including this movie. So there you go.
Well, answered one question.
Yes.
Why the bear suit?
There you go. It's all
There's a scene that
because
was
of
cut that Nicolas Cage like came in there. That's my bear suit.
Yeah.
I'm going to clarify something. We keep calling it the bear suit. It was actual bear that they gutted.
Yeah, it wasn't a suit.
Yeah,
They made a bear.
They made it into a suit.
They actually show the bear at the beginning. They have it in a cage.
Oh, speaking of I don't know, it's kind of off the tracks again, bear suit, but I'm playing Red Dead 2, and I'm wearing a bear suit.
Are you?
Yeah, I killed like a legendary bear, and I had this trapper make me this like long jacket and hat.
Nice.
There you go. Pretty sweet.
Right.
So, how many times have you seen this movie, Mr. Poe?
I saw it twice.
Okay. Billy?
Once.
How many times did you guys watch Hereditary?
I've seen Hereditary once.
Twice.
Okay. So, Mr. Poe, you answered my question, but Billy, are you up to watching those movies again, or do you think you got enough out of them the first time?
I'll watch. I'm sure I'll watch. I want to watch Hereditary again one day, and then I'm probably gonna watch Midsommar whenever the girlfriend is up to watch it, because her friend watched it, and her friend was like, you might not be ready for this, because I know sometimes when it's like real brutal.
Don't say anything that you don't want me to cut out.
Oh no, like she's saying the girlfriend might not be ready because like if Jordan gets like freaked out when stuff's like too graphic, that's when it comes to like sacrifices and shit like that. Realistic gore, like just I don't know how she would handle it. She's got to be in the right mindset, I guess, for these type of movies.
I don't know. Even though we saw two people jump off a cliff and the woman got her face was basically gone. For some reason, I just don't think of this as a gory movie.
It's not.
I mean,
Hereditary scared me more than anything. Not really scared me. Hereditary made me feel more uneasy. Midsommar didn't make me feel uneasy, but Hereditary did.
I think because of this movie, I think of the way this movie looked. It was fucking bright. Like, it didn't even get dark until they were there for, a week?
Yeah.
So, a majority of this movie is taking place during the day, in sunlight.
Yeah.
And everything's fucking green and lush, and there's fucking all these collars. So it kind of puts you at ease, where you were I was being brainwashed by this movie. So
but
I'm going, yeah, this is all fine. This is
like
how
I said,
we should live.
there's hardly any movies that make me feel uneasy, but Hereditary was the first movie in a long time to make me feel uneasy. Because I saw it in theaters. It was the first movie in a long, long time to make me feel uneasy watching some of the stuff that happened in that movie.
Right. We haven't covered that one yet, have we?
Hereditary?
Yeah.
I
don't.
We've
so.
talked about it. About
check, make sure it wasn't one of the early shows. I want to say no, but I'm not entirely sure.
Okay. Well, we'll have to do that one again, though. Yeah, I definitely want to rewatch Midsommar just because I feel like I feel like I missed a lot. Either just hidden stuff in the background that I'll pay more attention to now. And like I said, I think I went into it expecting to it have all this hidden meaning, and
kind of hyped yourself up in a way about
yeah,
the movie.
yeah. So I think I need to definitely watch it again. Just like with Hereditary, I need to watch it again because I know that there's probably a lot of shit that they hid behind the scenes, and not behind the scenes, but in the background of scenes and stuff like that I just need to see. So
Yeah, when we watch Hereditary again, make sure that we check out that part with, like I said, it had the two characters from Midsommar. Apparently, they supposedly made a cameo in it. I don't know if it was the exact same actors, but apparently it's the characters,
right.
like walking or something.
Right.
You gotta check that out. Make sure see if that's actually a thing.
We'll have to do that. So ratings, what are you giving this, Mr. Poe?
I'm going to give this an 8.
Solid
Just
8.
because, yeah, I'm going with 8 because, like I said before, I felt like I was a part of the movie, you know, just looking for things and just kind of, it gripped me. And if something keeps my attention the whole time, I'm not looking at my phone or look down like, oh, okay, they're talking. You know, this kept my attention, and I highly recommend it. So, yeah, I'm going to give it an 8.
Billy, what are you giving it?
I give it an 8 also.
All right, and I also am giving it an 8.
All right.
I think if I would have seen it in the theater on the big screen, I probably would have gave it a 9.
Yeah.
Just because how beautiful the movie was, but I don't think I could really appreciate it on the small screen as much as you could on the big screen. But I think
Like
I think an 8. I say an 8. Eight's
Like
good.
when I watch movies, I'll go to IMDb and like rate it. So I got like a bunch of movies rated. I remember I saw Hereditary. I remember giving it like a 10 out of 10 because I thought that was just a fantastic movie. And like if a movie makes you feel uneasy, it really does something. But Midsommar, it didn't really, like I said, it didn't make me feel uneasy. I mean, it had my attention. Like I said, I wasn't bored or just wandering off, looking around the room or my phone or nothing. It kept my attention.
Yeah, like I said, it was
I thought it would be more. Thought it would have been a little bit more violent, which I don't understand why I got an NC-17 rating. All it did was like show nudity, and there was like what 2 bloody parts of the movie or something like that. It was like 2 or 3 scenes that were bloody. And that was
wasn't a lot. There wasn't a lot of gore in it.
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
it was
understand
more
why it got
disturbing. You know, I think it was more
Probably
disturbing.
more
element. Yeah.
more imagery than anything.
Yeah, but like I said, I think the look of the film puts you like at ease, right? Because you're just like, oh, everything's so beautiful looking. But then there's like all this weird shit going on, so you're just like, I don't know how to feel about any of this. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good, and I can't wait to see his next film. Whatever it is, it's probably going to be really good.
Yes, Ari Aster is our god.
Yes.
The cult of Ari Aster.
Yes, that's what we'll do. Everybody get a bear suit.
Yep. Bear suit and the period drink.
Yeah.
Are off to the races.
All right. So before we get off here, August 21st and 22nd,
Yes.
Pipeston, West Virginia, Beer Fest, West Virginia. Come see us there. We will be there. We're going to have a booth set up. Hopefully we're going to have stuff to sell. T-shirts,
Yes.
hopefully some stickers. I'll sell my body if I have to, but
I'll sign some buttholes if I
there
got
you
to.
go. There you go.
Hey, I forgot to tell you that 21st is my birthday too. So.
Look at that.
Yeah.
It all works out.
It does.
Hey. It's all coming together. Yeah, so you can come see us there and all the celebrities. We have the list of the celebrities that are going to be there. Edward Furlong, Zach Ward, Tamara Glenn, a bunch of other ones. They, of course, they'll have bands there also. They're starting to announce some more bands that's going to be there, and we'll put all that in there. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be fun. Billy, where can they find you on the internet?
They can find me at Bath Salt Wizard on Twitter, and I think it's Bath Salt Wizard on Slasher app too.
Oh,
right?
is it? Okay, cool.
I can't remember if it's Bath Salt Wizard or Deadite Slayer 88 or something.
They'll find you. They'll find you
Yeah,
somewhere.
they'll find me. If you guys really want to look for me, you'll find me.
That's right. Mr. Poe, where can they find you at?
Well, they, Same thing on the Slasher app. They call me Mr. Poe. Also on Twitter, same handle. And, of course, B Movie TV, Sunday nights at 8. Sci-Fi Sci-Show. Check it out.
Yay. And don't forget to, when everybody's watching the awesome movies that you have on there, they can also join the really good conversations that happen on the Facebook group.
Oh, yes. B Movie TV fans Facebook group. Jump on there because all the different hosts have a live thread. So as you're watching on TV, you can join in the live thread, funny comments, gifts, all that stuff. It just makes the experience that much better. So,
Yes, I've had some pretty good moments on there. I'm pretty funny.
Yeah, you are. You get a lot of likes.
Even from the director of the movie that I'm making fun of.
Yeah.
Which is awkward.
You know what? That interview that you I think it was just you, Carrie. You did with the Cherokee Creek.
Yeah, Todd Jenkins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I better not join this one because
Yeah.
me and Eric talked so much shit. I was like, yeah,
Yes,
I
I
better
know.
not join this interview.
It was a good interview. But yeah, you can find me on the internet at 1313 Inc. on Twitter. Of course, you can find me on Facebook and all that. But you can find all the information on our website. And our new website is 1313inc.wixsite.com/my site. And if you go there, definitely sign up for our newsletter. That way you can get all the, get the word, the lowdown on what's coming up on episodes. February's newsletters, it's already been created. It's been sent out to our 3 subscribers that we have right now. But it's not too late. If you sign up, you'll still get it. I'll resend it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely get on there and do that.
And I got one more thing to say because
Go
it's
ahead.
just so awesome. And I don't want to forget our Facebook group, 106 members and counting. So
Yay.
Thank you guys for being on there and seeing everything that we share, post, all that stuff. So thank you guys and gals.
Yes, definitely fun. And our Twitter's going up, and our subscribers on Podbean's going up. So
Awesome.
we should have some money rolling in soon.
Yeah, 1
Okay.
cent, 2 cents, whatever. Yeah.
I'm gonna get spinning rims. Now, yeah, this was a good movie, good episode. And until next week, we will continue to watch the good, the bad, and the cheaply done.
It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder. The unburied dead are coming back to life